Hey everyone, David C. Anderson from the Knife Center coming at you from SHOT Show 2026, and we've got some big news from the CJRB booth.
Big is right, yeah.
Look how big this knife is.
It is
here.
a little big. It is a little big.
Russell, how are you?
Doing great.
For those who are new to the channel, this is our good friend Russell at the show.
Dude,
Always good to see you, my friend.
Wonderful, wonderful, always great.
All right, tell us about the double tap.
All right, so we're starting out this year big, and we mean big. The double tap is one of the biggest CJRB knives we have done. We wanted to go full overkill with this thing. This features our recoil lock V2, so we have the fin on the back for opening and closing, as well as the crossbar. And we have made this thing conveniently double-sized in the thickness, and the crossbar is extra large. Why don't I put this in your slightly larger than average hand and see how it feels to you?
Just barely enough space for my slightly larger
Just
than average
barely
mitten.
enough space.
You
Just
do have
barely.
that finger choil though, so you can choke up and get there. And I love that continuous belly on that. That's just
It is very slicey, and that it's meant to, for someone like you, to have a full grip on that
yeah,
knife. It's a little
certainly
snug,
get that.
a little snug, but we wanted this to fit someone pretty much like you're the measurement here.
Oh.
It's a big knife.
Is that like a new unit, new standard of measurement?
The David C's, yeah.
This is one David C. Just. Well, really cool. I see D2 blade on here, not
Yes.
your RPM 9.
We had to cut this stuff so thick that we did not have RPM 9 to fit this. We also know that D2 performed a little better on this one for what it was intended for. Like,
Gotcha.
as is meant to be a more hard use knife, something you can get behind, all that thickness protects that edge a bit more. We have found that it's a slightly more ideal steel on this one than the RPM 9. I have a feeling maybe later down the road we'll release some in RPM 9 just to meet the people that want to make this more EDC, but this is meant to be kind of more of a showstopper.
A bruiser, yeah.
This is a worker.
Well, it still flicks quite nicely, of course. I love the thumb stud hardware
Yeah.
on these. That's a really cool detail.
Everything's
overall.
been beefed up. Like, it really is something that we want to just, like, we are throwing everything we can at this thing, and we want this thing to hit hard this year. This is what we're coming in with first. We want it to be a big one.
Yeah, and I think it is that.
Oh yeah, that thing's a monster. It's bigger than the Tundra. It's bigger than the last like oversized knife we did.
Yeah.
This one's actually larger.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. But
The resource is longer, but not doesn't have
not
the same
nearly
kind of
as chunky.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think we've done a blade that wide in a long time.
Yeah.
That's proponent level right there.
Well, it certainly creates an impression for
does.
sure.
But these are available right now. They just released probably the day before we got to SHOT Show.
So yeah, they should be available at the Knife Center very, very soon in that case. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Even bigger news for me personally.
The big
maybe not
news.
as big as this.
I mean, for you, it's the biggest one.
A year ago, we introduced the Maximal, my everyday carry folder with CJRB. Thrilled to be working with you guys. I love the work you guys do. And it sold really well, so we didn't stop just there. Haven't quite decided whether exactly what we're calling the larger version, the Super Maximal or the Mega Maximal.
Maximal.
Maximal, something like that. But if your standard Maximal at the 3-inch blade length is just a little not quite enough for you, 3.5 inches right here.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Just enough.
But it's still kind of got the same spirit of the original, which I designed to be something that would work for anyone, work for any task, but it was a size that was constrained by being able to take it in places that might have more restrictive lengths. So for folks that want something a little bit bigger, it's got all the same great stuff.
It's really kind of blowing me away where I looked at this the first time, my brain didn't register that it was that, it's not the Maximal, but it is. Everything's the same, but it's stretched, it's elongated, and it's made into a different form factor. And the whole functionality of this knife feels different. Mm-hmm. It's not a small EDC, it's got a lot more utility, but
it can reach bigger,
Yeah, but the whole style of it seems to change. It's almost gone into kind of a hard use. I'd almost call it a tactical in some situations.
A little bit.
But the use scenario of this has changed enough to where it almost seems like a different knife. Mm-hmm. But I see for someone who wants something a little bit bigger and just found that the Maximal didn't quite fit what they needed, this is perfect. And I'm really impressed with how this came out. It feels in its action and its purpose the same, but it looks different. And I can't wrap my head around it, but damn, it's good.
Well, thank you. I designed it from the initial beginnings to be able to just, the idea is like same sausage, different lengths, right?
Exactly.
To be able to, stretch this back out. The height didn't change, just give more length there, and this whole geometry out towards the tip is exactly the same. So the way the tip will interact with what you're cutting, it's the same experience. It's just more of it.
It's that little droopy tip. It's good. This thing turned out so good.
A lot of folks were asking for jimping on the small one, which I didn't necessarily think that it needed it, but Bigger knife, heavier
Yeah,
use,
that's good.
a little bit of jimping there on the spine for folks who are asking for it. Still same great thin slicing geometry with the RPM 9, love that.
Quite thin.
And I think this is a good mix of colors here at launch. You know, we hadn't done a blacked out blade, a blacked out version of the standard Maximal
Again,
yet.
it's a little tactical. I like it.
A little bit. So had to throw the silver ring on there though to mix it up just a little bit.
I agree.
A little bit of pop, but I just got my hands on these like 2 minutes ago, basically.
We were so scared that the box protos got lost in the mail. Just picked it up today. Had Nico run and pick them up at the hotel. You were perfect timing.
I'm very glad. Like we were gonna talk with Russell yesterday. Something came up, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it did for Russell's sake, but I'm glad it did. Let me know what color you guys like the best. These are just protos. We don't have a release date on them yet, but
soon.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll get these things perfect for
Thank you guys for
It has been
taking the family to the next step.
It has been a damn pleasure.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Moving on.
So we have the Ranger. So this is once again going back into the recoil lock. So this one is a more small form factor. You'll notice if you've seen the Bolt before, the size of the recoil lock kind of often does dictate the overall size of the knife because of the mechanism. But we wanted something that was going to fit someone that wanted a bit more of a chunky blade without really adding a lot of mass to the handle.
Sure.
We had the Breach from our prototype Breach, which we have not released yet. The Breach is still in its prototyping phase, which is more of a small reduced cleaver with a reduced tip. People like it, but they didn't really want that. That's a good knife if you want something that's going to be a bit more of a hard user, but not quite as pointy. This is more to maximize the mass at the tip of the knife.
Okay.
So I'm actually quite happy with the way this turned out. I didn't expect to enjoy it, but I found that the size is very nice. If you like an EDC with more swoop to it, a bit more belly, and a bit more, a bit more heft, this does it. And it's not gigantic. The gold was a nice touch. I do kind of like it, honestly.
The black and gold, yeah, it really does. I mean,
it's flashy.
And it's like a straight gold. It's not just like a dull powder coated gold.
Gold.
It's gold, man, baby.
We'll see if this goes into production. We will see, but I think it's been wonderfully eye-catching. And it's nice to have something with a bit more flash on it. So
yeah, for
that
sure.
is the Ranger.
Very nice.
Moving on to one of my favorites. This one
is unique.
That is designed by Happy as Larry, or Mr. Jake Diaz, our resident Aussie. This is the Spud. A very fitting name for a small beanie-looking knife. It's very potato shaped.
It almost looks larval in its nature.
It kind of does.
You know?
That is not a word I thought I'd use, but okay, you are correct. But I really like that blade shape. It's almost like using an arrowhead. So it's Someone said it's a good
you're getting
blade.
right under there like that.
Yeah. Someone said it's good for as a small skinner. Joe Flowers really liked that as a kind of little like a backup EDC. But his idea for this, of all the things, he wanted this to be a folding neck knife. So
show the people.
So we did one interesting thing on here, and I don't think I've seen this on anything else before, but the backspacer on here is angled a little outwards. I know someone's gonna be like, oh, it looks weird. It doesn't. No, there's a reason. When it's hung on a chain, we're gonna include a little jump ring and some cord in here to start with. It'll angle straight down, but what that does is this backspacer comes off. So you can just take this thing off, keep it around your neck while you're using the knife, snap it back into the columns back there, and pop it back in, get it back around your neck, so that way you do not need to remove the lanyard, take it off, or if you're putting it in a bag or you have a short lanyard and something else, it gives you a lot more utility.
It's definitely a two-handed maneuver though. It's not really like one-hand access.
Yeah, no, it's really meant to be, it's meant to assure that it stays on there, it doesn't come off, because as long as you're working with gravity going this way, it's not going anywhere because that little spring helps. But in hand, this thing is incredibly comfortable. Also, I love that the jimping's up top here, so there's that nice fine bit of jimping right there. And this feels really good. Like, it's very easy to hold. And for something this small, I wouldn't expect this to be as comfortable as it is.
No, it works pretty well, especially for like a box cutter replacement,
honestly,
utility knife like that.
And I don't usually see choils like this that are kind of more cut in, and I'd be worried that the tip is going to get me, but even your hands.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I am right up against it, but yeah, it's not too
really
bad.
at an angle where it's going to start cutting into you. Jake did a great job on this. I am thoroughly impressed with this one. The boss was really on the fence about this because he was like, it looks a little small, it doesn't look really interesting, but I'm like, no, this is it. People when you want a small knife, you need something that's actually going to work for you. It's not, like, if you're carrying a pocket jewelry small knife, great. Like, if you want to carry a little slip joint, great. But if you need a usable tool in a smaller size range or a backup tool, I can't think of a lot of designs that have resonated with me like this one. Like, the shape is great. The functionality of this is fantastic. All the options, plus the lanyard, like, for me, like, I don't think I'll be wearing this personally as a neck knife, but the idea that I can put that in other places and have something removable and replaceable is really cool. Also, I really wish we could make that a bottle opener, but aluminum does not make a good bottle opener.
Well, and it'd be hard to get the requisite leverage on that too, I would think.
It would be a cool idea, but I'm like, maybe not this time. But I am really happy with this one. The Spud is talking to me.
What does the Spud say to you?
Buy me, use me.
Next up, a very well. I'll give the people one of the things you told me about this knife before we get into like the specific details. If you're the kind of person who likes to build like compact kits, this is a knife that would fit really nicely under like elastic strapping and a lot of like the Maxpedition or Vanquest pouches you have out there. But a good compact design with an interesting designer here. Tell us about it.
So this is the Prep, designed by Matt Kelsey, who has done a lot of his designs with Big Idea. He came in with some really like interesting designs that were very far away from what I've seen him do before. This one was a lot more in line with what he has done previously, but I found that this design itself really was like, okay, this is a small knife with a super minimized flipper, which is great though. Straightforward design, and just, it's a square. It's like a Lego block. But this flat scale square design really does well if you're trying to maximize space or minimize how your carry size. It really is just a straight line. So, sorry, I didn't even give the name of this. This is the Prep. So his original concept was this was supposed to be for a outdoor, like small kitchen utility knife. Something that was easy to hold, easy to stash, easy to put in a box, and just easy to access. And I'm looking at this one and I'm like, this is so, the squareness reminds me of the era of square knives where every indie company was trying to run like a square knife with a D2 blade and charge $200. Yeah, this is everything I've seen about that, but actually done well. This is so good. Like, here, I'm going to pass that back to you.
Well, like, speaking of the form factor, like, think of how many like classic pocket knives were just this size.
Exactly.
Like, we didn't have things, for the most part, like this big. Most people carried then and still carry today.
2.5 to 3 inch blade
like
is the max, and that everything about this is right. You have a tip that is relatively sturdy. You have the tip is in line with the pivot. You have a slicey blade with a bit of belly, enough straight edge, and it's not really big. It does kind of remind me of a traditional pocket knife in a very modernized way.
Yeah, like not a modern traditional, but a modern knife that tackles things the way a traditional knife would.
Like that,
if that makes sense.
You can drop that in a bag, throw that in your pocket, put it on a, clip it to your pants, whatever. And I don't think this knife will ever be something that's ever going to be in the way.
Yeah, I agree.
It's all about the form factor. And really, it is going to be good to fit into spaces where you want to have a backup piece or even a primary piece where it's just easy to access.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mac, dude, good job. Like,
Very nice.
This is a good one.
And last but not least, the eye-catchingest knife. Well, which is the most eye-catching, the gold or the bright colors?
I'm going for the turquoise.
Yeah?
Like, okay, this one, oh man. So, this is designed by Derek Costa of Ohlone Knives. I have known him for quite a long time. He has not done a lot on the collaboration side, but he wanted to get into it, and I'm just like, dude, that knife I saw 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I want that one. I need the Rodeo. And this thing, it's so nice in the hand. Got to do a little something with this flipper. I think it's a little low, but the way this curves...
Still proto stages, yeah.
The way this curves and contours in the hand is so nice. The blade's shape is just simple, straightforward, nice fine tip, but the action on this thing is just crispy. Also, I love the chevron. I think that's such a nice accent for something like this. Like, it's hard to make a G10 knife look interesting these days.
Right.
And that just does enough. That little inlay piece of G10 on both sides, especially the white on turquoise. I never thought I'd like white on turquoise, but man, that is cool.
Yeah?
Of course, as I nurse my cut thumb.
Well, don't do that.
I know, right?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Maybe a little bit more scoop out right there.
A little bit of contouring, but I think his original design I handled was like 5, maybe more years ago. And I'm like, when's that coming? I was like, oh well, I'm still got to fund it. It never happened. And I am so happy we were able to snag this one because I think this knife needed to come alive. It's a beautiful design, beautifully simple in execution, great shape. The colors on this, like, I don't know if I hope we do the turquoise. I think it's a great color, but even without all this, the shape itself is a fantastic everyday carry.
I agree. Yeah, very, very nice. That's it for now, folks. keep your eyes out. The double tap available real soon at the Knife Center, and the other stuff you saw here coming out in the next several months. Hopefully not too long, but hey, it's going to take the time it takes. But
as it always does,
should be a good time. Let us know what you thought of the knives down in the comments, and if you want to head over to the Knife Center, to the CJRB page to see what is available right now, you can check out the link in the description, and make sure to check out all of our SHOT Show coverage. Russell, thank you so much.
Moving over the R's inside.
Cheers.